If you've not seen any of my videos before, my name's Amy, and I'm helping to create FND awareness with my journey and my story. And sorry, I've got to stop saying that. So, what I want to talk about today is knowledge being power. I've been very fortunate to now find a team, if you've seen my previous videos, and a fantastic GP surgery. And the more knowledge I have, the more functional movement disorders can't define me. So even though when you're given the diagnosis, you feel a weight is lifted but also put on you, you don't have to be negative about it. So what I've learned and come through, because trust me, I was in such a dark place, it was ridiculous. Faith has been huge for me, and my church has really helped me, but most of all, what I've done is find out my symptoms, find out my trigger points, find out my tick points, everything that goes on from my day to day. So cutting out and getting rid of negativity and stress, letting things go, because with the FND it exacerbates and overworks the brain. So the reason I'm not great today and why I'm not scared to share anymore is because it doesn't define me. That's not Amy, and it's not what's in my heart. It may be my brain telling my body what to do. So I had a very busy week last week, and I tried to keep in my routine that I have, but yesterday I finished at church and I needed to get a few bits of shopping. I was fortunate enough to have a friend offer me a lift home, and she lives nearby, so she was able to get drop me off and get me a few bits because she could see that I just needed to get home. I had gone 7 days without a day of doing nothing, which is really, really important. And routine is so important with the medication once you've got to that point, and being able to get the routine. Especially now, I don't have carers, and I'm learning to manage by myself. So I'm not 26 with a pause button now. I'm 30. I'm 31 in March, and I need to realise, whoa, okay, I need to look after myself. So I had a stupid fall Halloween night of Halloween. I was putting out my recycling. My dinner was in the microwave cooking, and the kettle was boiling, and I'd had a busy day, and I went outside and kudunk. I remember waking up at the bottom of the path, had to go to hospital, top cut, and luckily just bruises and cuts. But again, I'd pushed down too far. I had an infection, and there's days you can push through, but then there's the days that you need to recognize, okay, I'm ticking. So last night when I'd finished doing bits and bobs, 'cause as I said in the previous video, the house is upside down at the moment being decorated, and I'm doing what I can, and I've got amazing people helping me as well. But to not let it stress me out, even though it's, bits and bobs, but pushing through when I can. So that's key. On all the websites that are on my public Facebook page, please have a look at and read through, because there's so much knowledge out there. And leaflets now are provided online. they're saving paper, and it's best to do it. There's groups as well. There's FND Action. That's a UK based group, official awareness group that need our stories and need our knowledge and need our experiences so that we can share with others and help others, so that we can help the healthcare professionals too and really give back to them, because my local hospital doesn't get it, but the hospital that I was diagnosed at and being treated at gets it. So that's a positive thing. But then I go to my local hospital, and if I'm admitted, I feel nervous, I feel anxious, and it's just letting that negativity flow over you, because just forget it. There's always going to be somebody, if they haven't heard of something, they're going to go, really? Especially even if they've been a consultant for 40 years, they'll say, I've never heard of this. Don't take that as a negative. Just educate them, or try to. If they don't accept it, you don't need their acceptance. You just need yours, and you need to believe in your heart, and you know your body. So when I started ticking yesterday, I was like, and I ended up spilling a cup of coffee, and I was like, right, that's it, bed. So I went to bed, and within an hour, everything stopped and slowed down, and I was able then to fall asleep. I have medication to help me sleep, so I don't have seizures in my sleep, the non-epileptic seizures, mini ones, or even just trouble sleeping in general. All these problems are something that you need to bang the door down to, and you need to get the right questions to the GPs and to the consultants. Get the right questions, because once you've got that knowledge, then you can keep routine and you can keep an idea of what's gone wrong, so that when I do have a non-epileptic seizure, I go, I was ticking the day before, I didn't get much sleep that night either, and then I went and did this. So if I had physio, for example, and the day before spent the whole day out and about, at a doctor's appointment, then meeting a friend, then getting a few bits from town, and then going home and not getting home till late and being out of that routine. I'm not saying stick to it every day, like that you can't ever break it, but it's really important. Knowledge is power, and then the power that you have then is to help live with it, not let it own you, define you, or control you, and you don't count yourself out of anything. Because believe me, if you could have seen me, I wish I had done a video 4 years ago, because you wouldn't have this person speaking. I was at utter despair, and I'm so blessed to be on the right track. But what I want to do with that in my heart now is share with you all. So knowledge is power, guys. Get on websites, get connected with people. My page is public. If you don't want that, message me directly. I've got no problem. I've got time to speak to people. That's who I am naturally. I was a carer prior to becoming poorly, and then not being able to work, and a professional dancer. So there's a lot of things that you lose, so you have to deal. And if you're offered health psychology, believe me, it's not them telling you, it's in your head. It's helping find where that triggers come from. It could be trauma, it could be a medical reason, it could be anything that's kicked off this medical diagnosis. Yes, I said it, medical diagnosis. It can even be mental health. There you go, I said the word mental health. But don't be scared to say to people around you, and just surround yourself with people that understand. And the people that don't, try to educate them. Don't put them down, because I wouldn't understand something if, somebody could say to me, I've got this, and I'd be like, what? then I've got no empathy, I've got no understanding, and I'm not sitting there listening, going, well, how does it affect your life day to day? What does it do to the, how does it affect this? How does it affect that? Where does it do this? What does it do that? What do I need to look out to help you if you're in my company? And really for you guys, really, really focus now on that knowledge, because that then goes into your heart and in your mind, but don't overthink it. That's a huge key, because overthinking and stress makes FND 1,000 times worse. And when you've overdone it physically and your brain's just going, you need someone, or you need to recognize as well, stop. Just breathe, relax, stop whatever you're doing, go and what relaxes you, because that is something I've learned a technique called tapping. I've learned that there's an app called Headspace, which is very popular. It's 10 minutes a day, and gets you to really focus on breathing and letting go. Letting go is so important. So I really advise you guys, please look into all these things. Try everything. Everyone is different, so everything will work differently for everyone, but there is stuff out there for you. So knowledge yourselves up, armor yourselves up, and be suited to keep on fighting every day till it becomes easy. What I mean by easy is not the pain and the seizures, because trust me, I still have painful days, and I'm in agony today because my body is so physically tired, my speech and my thinking, and I'm overthinking things that are going on further in the week. Don't do that. Just take one day at a time. But really, guys, please, please, please check FND Hope, FND Action. They're on Twitter, they're on Facebook, they're online. Just type it into the internet and you'll see other people just like me and yourself, and you'll think, wow, I'm so not alone. And I had a comment on my last video, someone actually saying, wow, I'm not alone, thank you for this. That made my day, because that is what is on my heart, that's flowing out, and that is what I want to do for everybody. I don't want anybody going through what I went through. People will, but I also want to try and help the healthcare professionals get to know this, and not, as they're so overworked and so stretched that with something new like this, there's clinics all over the country for it now, and it's becoming so much more popular that there are people out there that we can speak to, and we need to be able to speak to each other too. So that's why this video is so important. Knowledge, guys. Knowledge, 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 knowledge. Knowledge is power. Then you can fight and keep going and manage FND correctly that affects you in your life, and then eventually it becomes just something else that you're living with, and it won't get you down like it used to. Trust me, I have been there. I wouldn't get out of my bed for days, absolute days, sometimes weeks, because I wouldn't push through that little bit of pain, and it is so painful. I know, trust me. There's times I can't even lift my arm, I can't lift my leg. The shaking, the jerks, then the non-epileptic seizures to look out for, the ticking and everything else that people get from it. So please, also neurosymptoms.org is the leaflet I was given from my hospital. It's amazing, and it's also on my Facebook page. Again, I stress that is public, so please, if you want to comment. If you feel brave enough to. If you don't, private message me. If you don't want to message me, don't message me. And I just hope that through these videos, what I want to happen is gonna get achieved, and I know it is in my heart. So if I could just help one person once a week, or even one a day, I'm going to be happy. So let's stick together, let's fight this, and key up on your knowledge, guys. Really key up. Ask questions. Don't be afraid anymore. You are the one that's controlling your body and your mind. And yes, you might be at the start of this and your life's been upheaved and everything's upside down and you're thinking there is no way I am going to get through this. But you will. And I still have some days like that, but I can deal with them in a more positive way. I've always been very smiley anyway, but it's just keeping that focus. So please, guys, learn from this. Focus up on the knowledge, push through when you can, and just keep on going. Just keep on going. Do not give up. FND hope all the way. And these are British sites. There's lots of American YouTube videos as well. People in America suffering with the same thing. Once the States cracked it, we know we're going to crack it. So, but we need to give the NHS the help, the doctors the help, the nurses the info. And I have a file that I take into hospital with me every time I'm taken in, because then they can reference to that if they've never heard of it. If the people that are there that I know that can help me aren't there, they can look through it and go, oh, I didn't know that. I didn't know this. I didn't know that. I didn't know this. Didn't know that. Blah, blah, blah. And so forth. So I'm going to wrap this up now because I'm ticking and it's been over 15 minutes and I'm just about to hit the sack. So please, 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 guys, suit up knowledge. If you've got knowledge that I haven't even got, I'm willing to learn too. That's what this is all about. It's a whole learning curve and awareness and sticking together and really just pushing it out there, because we shouldn't be afraid to speak about it or show it. The same as mental health. And if it's mental health that's triggered this off for you, then don't be afraid about that either, because we really need to create awareness of everything, really. But FND, I'm focusing on, as well as endometriosis and other things that I suffer from. But FND is the main one that affected me the most and caused post-traumatic stress. And I didn't know I was suffering with post-traumatic stress. And up until February of this year, just gone, I completed health psychology at the end of August, and she said that little bit I'm going to leave with you because that's the fighter in you. I don't like post-traumatic stress hanging over someone's head. Just forget about that. Keep doing the exercises, and I know that she's there if I need to go back to it for it to help. Just keep the positive mindset. And I didn't believe in it until I went to that session thinking, what does she know about me? Seriously? But it changed my world. So seriously, guys, do what you can, get what help you can, grab everything with both hands, even if you don't feel like it. It's so important. And please share these videos and create the awareness. Let's get strong, guys. Let's get knowledge sorted. Knowledge equals power. And then that strength that we have in our hearts to help others that have gone through the same thing makes us then overcome and not let it define who we are. Because FND is not Amy. That's not who I am. So peace out. I'm going to go and hit the sack, and I'll create another video soon. Good to speak to you guys. Thanks for watching. Take care.